Dragons, fire-breathing mythical creatures in the fantasy worlds. They kinda get overlooked or treated as fantasy folklore in anime, so when I see a new show with dragons being a central element to its story, I'm already intrigued. Even if they are ripping the human civilization a new one. That's why Ragna Crimson has been on my watch list for this season, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna end up kinda regretting it. But before that, I'm gonna brief you in on what this show is about. Silver Link Studios have this one in their books, with the season featuring 24 episodes. Oh, and if you're a manga reader or know anything about the series, then you probably know what I'm about to say. This isn't some untold secret that only a select few know. But anyway, let's get down to it. In this world, dragons are very much alive and are at the top of the food chain. Humans are around for food and entertainment purposes. Somewhere along the line, dragon hunters became a thing amongst humans, fighting the impossible battle in hopes of one day ridding the world of dragons. Ragna is a bottom-tier talentless dragon hunter who needs his companion Leo, the city's strongest dragon hunter, to bail him out of every near-death experience. During a particular dragon attack, Ragna is shown a vision from his future self, who lost everything to dragons and became a tool of destruction in the name of revenge. Instead of allowing his past self to experience the same fate, future Ragna bestows all his power that he gained in the decades of fighting that earned him the title Reaper of Dragons. The current Ragna then goes on a quest to defeat all the dragons to ensure the vision he saw never comes to pass. Early on in his journey, he meets and allies with Crimson, who is also a dragon but aims to defeat all of dragonkind. From their first scene together, you get the eerie feeling that Crimson is not to be completely trusted. To me, this show is that vanilla ice cream with any random syrup to go with it. The story is nothing really to write home about. Your good guys are navigating in a monster-infested apocalyptic world. This time, it's dragons being the terrors of the world. That being said, it still has aspects that may draw you in. Started out as a bit of a bitch, Ragna's life has completely changed after meeting his future self. Gifted the power to join the ranks of his white-haired anime contemporaries, he was his own biggest critic, hating himself for being so helpless, always wishing he could do more, and now he can. Capable of now one-shotting his friend Leo, he's unanimously the strongest dragon hunter, though destroying his body by overusing his new powers is a possibility, which kinda stops him from straight out going for the total victory, effectively ending the series in the first few volumes. Crimson is your non-binary dragon that hides himself in several identities, preferably with Ragna meets him in the form of Elise, who is your typical Niku type girl, and thankfully she's not around for long. Same with Leo, to be honest. Crimson is creepy but charismatic, reminds me a bit of Mahito apart from the red hair, gender fluidity and that unnatural Cheshire cat smile he puts on. From the first few episodes, you'll notice that Ragna and Crimson really are the characters that keeps the show ticking. The clash of personality and varying sense of morality between the two definitely sparks a bit of intrigue in seeing how the story will unfold. For me, everyone else falls into their generic archetypes. For instance, you later get introduced to dragons who also have humanoid forms like Crimson. Aside from maybe one dragon in particular, they're not exactly showstoppers. However, Slime, the titular pair's third wheel, pet and goofball who's along for the ride, does a good job in lightening the mood and stops the show from being an edgelord's wet dream. There are other characters later on that have their own comical moments, but for the most part, Slime is the central figure in these gag scenes. The anime so far is solid. There isn't anything deep about this show, and I think that's for the better. I'd rather a show that goes hard in a few chosen aspects than a show that contains a broad range of elements but never really hitting the mark in all of them. It's fighting in a war-torn world between dragons and humans, and the fights do a good enough job for me to enjoy. My problem is with the manga serialization. I've only read the first 5 volumes, so don't take these next words I'm about to say as gospel. However, from what I've gathered from other readers, the story is far from finished. This is also a problem considering it's on a monthly release. The anime is supposed to cover the first arc, which is the first 50 or so chapters. At this point, there are only 67 chapters. The manga began in 2017. We're probably going to be waiting a long time for a next season, especially if the manga is still going to be a monthly release. So if you're watching this because you're curious about the series, take it as a warning before sinking your teeth into it. If you just want to see decent fights and a spectacle of magical combat, then by all means, that's the best thing going for it. And again, this is a 24 episode show, so there will be plenty to enjoy should the animation quality remain throughout. This is where I'll end the video for now. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, helps the video get seen. If not, leave a comment about the video or the series. Well safe.